CEO and founder of Security First Corp. I'm going to spend a quick minute to introduce the company, and then I'm going to pass it over to my associate, Jim Varner. So Security First Corp I founded back in 2002, and it was founded off the principle of a science I discovered in pre-2000 called multi-factor secret sharing. From that science, we developed a technology called cryptographic splitting. And from that technology, we've been able to build solutions and products, and those solutions are finding our technology embedded in folks like Unisys and IBM and other partners. You can see we have an awful lot of intellectual property. We've done an awful lot to take our technology to certifications, whether it be FIPS, common criteria, or other things with the National Security Agency. To the next slide, please. One thing we know is a statistical certainty that we will be hacked. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. What we focus on is software-defined data protection. We know, I think we just had a gentleman come up here and talk about network-centric security. We know that security comes in layers, and network-centric security is good, but it has its challenges, and at the end of the day, the cyber attack is going to get through your firewall. It's just going to happen. Our approach with software-defined data protection, data network-centric protection, takes a whole different approach, where we know that network-centric defenses are intended to keep the thief from the firewall, reaching the data that doesn't happen so well. A network, data-centric approach, the cyber defenses assume that the thief will reach the data. We're going to assume that he's going to get to the data. What we're going to do is make the data unintelligible and undiscoverable. At the end of the day, we offer a better, easier, and a more cost-effective solution to data protection and security. There's a lot of things to say, and we'll prove it to you. Go to the next slide, please. We know that encryption is good, but it's just not good enough. There's an awful lot of gaps with encryption, whether it be brute force attacks, whether it be key management, whether it be scalability or cost. There's a lot of problems and challenges just using encryption the way it's presented today. What we're offering is to fill those gaps. We did it very well, but we do bring you a better security solution, an easier security solution, and a more cost-effective security solution. With that, I'm going to introduce our product, SPxSHARC, and Jim Varner, who comes to us for 36 years at IBM, running their software and server area, and Jim runs my software services. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. How many people here are worried about their data protection? How many people are not engaging in cloud today because they're concerned about putting their data out there and it may not be protected? Usually the same group of people. After 6 years of having our technology in the market with various other products, we are proud, excited to bring to market SPxSHARC. This is our first enterprise server class data protection solution. I think in a few minutes here I'm going to give you a quick rundown of how it works. First off, we start with your own user authentication. Your individual or work groups, keys, and all that stuff that you already have in place for authorizing people to access your data. We use what you already have. And we set 3 different versions of SHARC in place to support your various needs. But all 3 of them start with a basic level of encryption. We use AES 256 just to get the base level done. We then step into cryptographically splitting the data into multiple shares and mixing it up so that we create provably secure data for your environment. That gives us SHARC Secure. Data can come out as 101, 404, multiple configurations. They're user defined how many shares they want to split their data. In its simplest configuration, 1 of 1, you can lay it right into your operating system and secure your data with no change to your infrastructure, no change to your product, no change to your applications. For those who need a little bit more resiliency, we have the M of N concept. We split the data into N shares and add resiliency to those shares so that we need less than M to recover the data. Not unlike a RAID solution, you can have a fault-tolerant capability within your data structure. We have share authentication to make sure that nothing goes wrong, there's no corrupted data out there, and that product delivers our SHARC Advanced Secure product. Typical configuration, 3 or 4. You split the data into 4 shares. You only need any 3 of those shares to pull your data back. We've done a lot of partnering. We've had a lot of conversation with customers. We've talked to a lot of industry leaders, and we know that businesses need to move to the cloud. Looking at multi-site storage now becomes important. So we've added our third model of SHARC, which starts by taking that same one-of-one capability and bringing it into a cache system for asynchronous storage to anywhere in the network that you want to put your data. Stepping it down through the same M/N and share authentication steps, we now have SHARC Advanced Security. These three products are intended to meet all of the various needs of your enterprise for data security, whether it's on-prem, off-prem, in the cloud. So what's in the data? What's actually getting stored? Truly random, encrypted bits of your data. Nothing is intact at any time. From the processor out through the network to storage, regardless of where that storage is at. Every file is uniquely keyed so that your data is certified, protected, compliant with any of the regulations that need to have certified data, and totally impervious to any kind of attack. It's kind of interesting. We're just following the Google guys. We put some of our shares of data up in Google, and they didn't know what to do with it. It was so secure they couldn't touch it. It was already rock solid. One of the key factors, though, is you, the owner, need to be in control of your data. So we make sure that you have the master key to use and work your key, and that information is on-premise. Regardless of where you do your computing, locally, remotely in the cloud, and regardless of where you store your data. Again, can be stored anywhere, including multiple locations through the M/N concept. We also want to make sure that software-defined data protection is easy to use. Three simple steps get you up and running. Install it in the OS file system, identify your storage, identify your data to be protected, and release it and execute it. That data is now provably secure. We also want to make sure that the low cost goes along with ease of use. No hardware appliance for key management. It's all done in software. Storage and hardware agnostic. We don't care what your back end is. There's no proprietary storage needed to support provably secure data with our solution. Highly scalable, always on, high performance, easy migration, and as I said earlier, put your data anywhere that you need. We believe we've got a great data protection solution. We've got lots of partners, lots of customers out there. We'd like to grow that. We welcome you to come over to our booth to discover more about Security First and our SPxSHARC solution. Thank you very much.